Okay, now that we have our phone system set up, it's time to set up email. There's several different ways you can integrate email into our platform. One, you can set up an internal SMTP. That's where you're using our mail servers on your domain. You can set up an external SMTP. That's where you're using like Mailgun or SendGrid to send mail on your behalf. You can set up a personal SMTP like Gmail or Yahoo or one of these others that allow you to use SMTP. And you can also set up Office 365 so you can integrate your actual Office 365 email into the system. For this part, I'm going to cover the internal SMTP. So in the previous video, I showed you how to install SSL on your domain, but also included how to get your domain approved to send email. So that step, you can actually set up a domain here without installing SSL and just do domain or email approval with your domain. And so to do that, you're going to come over here to settings and click on domains. And so it's the same process as the video before. I did a step-by-step. I'll kind of fly through this part again. Please watch that video again if you need the exact steps. But step one is just to grab that click on add domain and actually put in your domain here. This is the root of your domain, so you're going to put in wayneindustries.live if that was your domain. No HTTPS or subdomain or www. This is just the root domain, and you're going to click add. That'll show up in your table here. It'll say not active as far as your SSL status. Disregard that if you're only setting this up for email. So you're either going to click on the domain or click on the edit icon. Once you go into the domain, you have your domain settings if you plan on setting it up for the portal or for a website. And then you have your email DNS entries. To get these entries, you must click on that activate email approval. That'll generate these records. You put those records on your DNS, you wait 10 minutes, and then you check that status. This step needs to happen if you plan on using our internal SMTP account, because we're using your domain to send mail on your behalf, and so we need these records added for approval. So once you have that set up, now you're going to come over here to settings, click on integrations, and you're going to click on email. And then here you would then click on add email integration. So email account, this is going to be the actual email that you're sending with. So in this case, I'm going to do Bruce. Next is the type. So as I mentioned, you can do Office 365, Outlook, you can do internal SMTP relay, external, and personal. This example, I'm doing internal, so we're using our mail servers to send mail on your behalf with your domain. And then workspace, so if you're using workspaces, this is helpful to organize your different email accounts inside your workspace, or you can set up a global one. Global simply means it doesn't matter what workspace you're in, that email account will always be available, or you can designate a specific workspace, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and hit add. So that's going to show up in your table. You can get to it by clicking on the email account or the edit icon. So if you just click here, now you're coming into the additional settings that you have for internal SMTP. So the only thing you have to set, as far as you don't necessarily have to set this, but you're going to want to, is your display name. So Bruce Wayne. And then you have the option of setting up an email signature. So if you're using any free email signature tool out there, there's tons of them, or a paid one, and you have some embed code, the simplest way to do it is just click on tools, click on source code, drop that in here, hit save, and now your signature is here. I'm just going to build a simple one out, and of course you can build whatever you want out here on this. And there's my signature. So now I have everything set up to use the internal SMTP. As long as your domain's approved, you can use this email account to send out mail within the leads view, the bulk leads view, your SMTP or email campaigns. Email throughout the system, you can use this account at this point. So to use that and just kind of give you an understand what that looks like, you come into your lead or you come into your bulk section. When you send email, you'll see this option here, this from. So you'll have all your mail accounts here. Now, one thing to note, if you're not seeing your mail account here, that's likely because you set up this email account on a different workspace and you're inside a different workspace. So I'm only seeing email accounts that are global and email accounts that are associated with Wayne Industries. At that point, you build out your email and follow the videos to actually send your first email. But at this point, you have integrated your first internal SMTP account.